Varsity Club, welcome back to another classic. We're starting things off with terrible news. Jason Barr didn't repeat as a Heisman. Are you kidding me? I mean, look, Cam Daniels had a heck of a season. This man threw for 3,100 yards, ran for 1,000 yards, had 42 total touchdowns. But Jason Barr was leading literally every week, and then we didn't play a conference championship game, and he loses it. But congrats to Cam Daniels. But I do have some absolutely fantastic news. Florida ended up beating Florida State. Arizona State lost to Arizona. Clemson lost to South Carolina, and Michigan beat Ohio State. And then we can see that lots have happened basically right here. Miami ends up beating Florida State. Michigan ended up beating USC, who was number 10 at the time. So that proves them from number 4 to number 2. They ended up jumping us. But we stay at number 3, which is pretty solid. Notre Dame is going from 5 to 4. Alabama goes from 12 to number 5 with a big win against Florida, but it ends up not being enough for them. Georgia moves up. Ohio State moves up a little bit after their loss, the end of Michigan State. A lot of teams moved around, but we ended up being number 3, which means we're back in the playoffs. I do want to call out some All-American stuff really quickly, then we'll obviously jump into the game, but you can see that we end up getting Jason Barr as the number 1 running back on the first team All-American list. As we sort of go through, not a lot of love on our offensive side, but defensive side, we see Bobby Evers, we see Stephen Lowe, we see Jay Coleman, and then we're also going to see Tim Wade from the strong safety standpoint. So not as many All-Americans as we've had maybe in the past on the first team, but still, that was honestly pretty good. On the second team, Cam Daniels, who won the Heisman, ends up being the number 2 quarterback, which is a little bit weird to me, but it is what it is at this point. Again, no one on our team ends up getting it from our second team from offense, but on defense, we see Mike Hemphill and Bernard Harvey, 2 guys that I thought maybe at least Hemphill had a shot at being first team, but second team still isn't the end of the world. And the all-NCAA freshman team, you see Derek Robinson, the redshirt freshman who was up for the Heisman vote the majority of the year, if not all of the year, ends up being there. As we keep moving forward a little bit, we end up seeing James Jackson, our redshirt freshman center, who did a pretty good job overall this year. Corey Brown, the redshirt freshman at defensive tackle. And then really we see DeMel Hill, and that's honestly going to be it. But still, 3 freshmen on the All-American team, not bad at all. And then very quickly looking at the All-Big Ten team, for the first team, we're going to see Jason Barr again being the number 1 running back there. Our quarterback situation was just not great. We do see Mark Mullins make the first team there. We see Bobby Elbers obviously there as well. We're going to see Stephen Lowe and Jay Coleman both in that spot. We see Hemphill and Bernard Harvey. We see DeMel Hill there, and we see obviously Tim Wade. So again, big W's for the first team on All Big Ten. And then the second team, again, our offense this wasn't really a great year. The quarterback play really hurt us a lot, but we see Xavier Mason there, right tackle. We do see Corey Brown there, defensive tackle. We see Chris Bass, at left outside linebacker. Matthew Fowler makes the second team for All Big Ten. A far cry from where we thought he might have been after this season. We see Dwayne Cole also get a little bit of a nod there as well, and that's it. And then the last little piece here is going to be the award winners. Your Maxwell Award goes to Cam Daniels, who again also takes home the Heisman Award, with Jason Barr finishing second. Your Walter Cam goes to Jason Barr. You're going to see your Bednard go to Stephen Lowe, as we had literally half of our defense literally sitting there in the top 10. That is insane, but Stephen Lowe ends up getting that award. From the Nagurski, it's going to be Stephen Lowe taking that home as well. The O'Brien goes to Jason Brown from Boise State, the redshirt senior. Your Doak Walker goes to Jason Barr, because who else is going to be the best running back in the nation? You already knew that, though. So move on to Bolitnikoff. We have literally no one there. Eventually, we'll get people back in this list, but not this year. The Mackey goes to Brian Richards. We're going to see the Outland go to Porter. We're going to see Remington go to Palmer. We're going to see the Lombardi go to Booth. Mullins just misses out a little bit on that. Again, he had a solid year, but only getting 6 sacks this season. Not a ton of production because he's getting double and triple teamed. It ultimately hurt him. The best linebacker goes to Stephen Lowe, with Jay Coleman right behind him. If we go to the Thorpe Award, it goes to Tim Wade with Bernard Harvey right behind him. I mean, Tim Wade had a great year. 64 tackles, 9 tackles for loss, a sack and 2 interceptions. And we still have another game, possibly 2 to play. The Groza Award, we see Hancock end up finishing second in that award, but still a great year for him. And then the Guy Award, we see Barnes finishing down there at 4th, with Grabsky going number 1 and the best returner. Jefferson ends up winning it, but one thing I did see earlier was that Hemphill finishes 12th. So again, not where we wanted to be, but he still made a little bit of a play. So in the college football playoffs first round, we are facing Michigan, the number 2 team, versus us, the number 3 team. Corso picks us, but again, there's a whole lot of things that can happen possibly this week. They have a very good offense, a pretty good defense, but we again have the overall rating standpoint. Thornton will be the starter. There's been a lot of talk about should he not start, should it be Kendrick instead. Kendrick might still get a little bit of playing time today, but Thornton has had time to heal up from his bumps and bruises throughout the year. He's been working with Coach McMervin to figure things out, and he seems to be in a good spot. Will he be? Well, we'll find out right now. The biggest game of Cedric Thornton's career is here. He's facing the team up north. It's a rivalry game. It's a college football championship weekend, playoff game. He's got to come out here and play big. Jason Barr is playing with a little bit of a chip in his shoulder. He thinks that he should have been, you know, the 2-time Heisman winner, but Michigan is thinking a little bit different. Keeping things moving here, 2nd and 12, Thornton under center. Feels a little bit of the blitz. He hits Baker, who's going down the middle of the field, and Baker's going to get himself inside the 35. Pass game has been disappointing all season long, but good God, we just need something big here. Thornton again takes his time. He rolls to the left-hand side. He's got pretty much a wide open field here. One guy to make miss. He makes a miss. Thornton is looking great, and he gets down before anybody from the team up north can hit him. Stewart in the game here is going to take the handoff up the middle. Not really much room to go. Michigan's going to be keying in on the run, making us pass today if we want to win. 2nd and 10, Thornton back under center. Sees a quick pass out here to the edge. Stewart tries to make a miss. He does get a yard, but again, it's going to make it 3rd and long. Big 3rd down and 9. Going with the halfback screen. Michigan seems to be all over, but Barr's finding some room to skirt around. He ends up being a little bit shy, but I think we got to take the yards. As much as we want to go for it, it's about the yards here. Or not the yards, but the actual points. We need to make sure we take points. Kirk Hancock only missed 1 field goal all season, not missing another one here as he drills out to give us a 3-0 lead. We've seen what the offense can do. A pretty solid drive. We ultimately didn't finish it the way we wanted it to, but what can this defense do against this incredibly talented Michigan offense? So far, not good. And with the blitz here, Jay Coleman goes up the middle. Can't quite get to the running back. He stiff arms our guys all over, and we end up seeing Bernard Harvey bring him down after 11. I don't necessarily love what our approach is at the moment. It's not looking too good. They go with the screen pass here. Fowler gets his tackle absolutely shredded. Our guys cannot bring anybody down for Michigan. A little bit of a zone blitz. Douglas back under center. Literally no one in the backfield with him, and they end up running free. Michigan breaks another first hit tackle. This Cascade Valley defense has been one thing that's kept us solid all year, but they're looking pretty embarrassing at the moment. Michigan finding something up the middle. They try to get a little bit of gain, but they end up losing one finally. 2nd and 11, feels like another run possibly coming here. They end up going with a quick pass. Douglas looking for something, goes up the middle, and he goes nowhere again. Only 2. Getting our guys set up a little bit here, playing the pass. Watching the QB, obviously. They throw out here to the edge, and Fowler gets torched again. That's why he's not an All-American this year. That's why he only got on the Big Ten list. So much talent, they're just not executing the way we need them to. Michigan packing the line pretty heavy. They go with a run on the left-hand side. We got guys there, bodies there. Bernard Harvey stands them up, but they get 3. Trying to fill a couple gaps here. Coleman lining up in the middle. They go with the run with Quentin Nash, and again, 2-yard touchdown run. He didn't really stop him. Maybe 1 tackle for loss this entire drive. It's not a good look. Still pretty early in the game, but we don't love what we saw from the defense here. They got to settle down, catch their breath, and just play significantly better in this upcoming drive. Thornton's going to keep one here. Thornton cuts up a little bit, loses his receiver in process, but does get 6. The one place Thornton has looked good these last couple of weeks has been in the run game. Other than that, it's sort of just not exactly great. Thornton makes a quick adjustment here. Sees an opportunity underneath. Barr making guys look silly, and he does get it. Looks to be enough for the first. No, they say he's a yard shy. Big play here. Need to convert this. If not, Michigan gets a huge morale boost. Barr sees the trouble and spins away from it. Gets the first down. What a heads-up play by the young fella. Riley comes back in motion here with Thornton. Little fake on that. He rolls out of the right-hand side. Doesn't like what he sees and doesn't see the defender blitzing off the edge. Would have loved to do something. He still stands up and does lose 4, but not the play execution we wanted. Back under center here. Thornton takes his time. He's going to roll out again. He's been a little bit run happy so far today, but honestly, it's worked out pretty well to get a 3rd and 3. Back to a halfback screen. Worked out pretty well last time. Thornton's pretty gassed. They are sniffing this one out. Barr, though, super crafty, finds ways to just get out on the open field and make people miss, and he's doing what he's supposed to do. Show them why they should have voted him as the Heisman. They see the play, they know what's coming, but they still can't stop it. That is what you want to see from this team. Great execution on offense, despite Michigan knowing what plays are sort of coming. They can't get a way to stop it. Great run there by Sean Stewart. Gives Jason Barr enough time to come right back in the game as he got spelled for one. Barr's been super active in the offense today. Goes up for even more yards. He does get another first. Barr's been struggling a little bit on the ground. He's been great in the passing game, but just the lanes haven't been open for him just quite yet, but still. Running back by committee is how he's sort of taken this season, whether it's a quarterback or one of the 2 running backs. These guys have been great. Big 2nd and 7 as the first quarter's winding down. Thornton sees it, hits his guy. It's Jeremy Willis, who rarely ever drops a pass, but he coughs that one up. 2 for 3 on 3rd downs. I'm just still shocked that Willis actually dropped one. He's been so money his entire career, but to see that happen is just, it's heartbreaking. Thornton doesn't like what he sees here. He's got to get rid of it. He tried to go for the scramble. Michigan had it locked up. It's 3 more points we're trying to lock up here. Kirk Hancock again has only missed 1 field goal the entire season. Lines up for another one. This one is beautiful. Nearly down the middle perfectly. And we got the lead cut down to 1. Michigan puts Douglas back under center. We're bringing a little bit of a blitz. They are finding lanes, and I don't know quite how they're finding them. If our team could just do a little bit of a better job of just plugging the run lanes and not let them have the run game, I want to see what their passing game can ultimately do against us. I feel pretty good about what we can ultimately do. We'll give up short stuff, but long stuff, I think our corners can hang with them. First things first, though, we've got to get a stop, and that's where things really start for this team. Offensively, we haven't been great in terms of finishing the drives. Defensively, we haven't been great at really stopping a drive. We need those two things to change. Pinching our line a little bit here, 2nd and 5. Douglas has all the time in the world, but that one is not going to be complete. His first incompletion of the game. Got to admit, I'm a little confused why Matthew Fowler was bragging so much there, considering he didn't really do a good job in coverage, but we'll take what we got. Douglas throws underneath. It feels like Michael Smith has been open every single time today. Michigan keeps things moving as they approach the 50. They go back here to Nash, who again is fighting his way for 9-10 yards of carry almost. This team's still searching for a stop. Michigan still searching for another touchdown. Everyone's falling over themselves right now. Fowler can't quite get to him. Hemphill's our only hope, and he's not going to get to him. Quentin Nash goes in as our guys continue to shoot themselves in the foot. The team has shown a little bit of progress, but ultimately it's not enough right now. We have to do better. Thornton back under. Throws this one to Williams. Williams hasn't gotten a lot of love recently, but he does get 7. Thornton's biggest challenge from Coach Mervin McMervin is just making sure he does not turn the ball over. If he can go out here with a mistake-free football game, things are significantly easier for Cascade Valley. But at the same time, running lanes have to be open for their running back. If Jason Barr isn't getting any sort of blocking out there, there's only so much this team can do. 2nd and 7. Michigan brings a lot of pressure. We got a lot of guys running deep, and Thornton sees the room, and he says, you know what? I can't turn the ball over. I'm running this ball out of bounds. First half is almost over. Thornton is already 70 yards on the ground. At some point, though, we have to test them down the field and try to stretch their defense a little bit. Right now, they're just keying in on the run nearly every single play. Jason Bard, though, does get a pretty solid run. 2nd and 4. Stewart comes in to spell him a little bit. Stewart, all the room in the world, and one of the best runs we've had all game by a running back goes for 12. Jason Barr in a QB. Jeremy Willis running around. Willis is going to take the handoff, looking for some room. Well, it gets 1, but again, it's not too much. Big opportunity here for Thornton and company. Willis has a step on him. We throw it. Willis, it's a terribly thrown ball from Cedric Thornton. Call me crazy, but I'm sure you've heard that before. Cedric Thornton has Jeremy Willis, one of the best receivers in the nation, and one of the best receivers using his body in the nation. And he just underthrows him to an unbelievable degree. And can we tackle the quarterback? If Thornton throws that ball a couple of yards ahead where it's supposed to be, it's an absolute slam dunk of a touchdown. But instead, our defense is fighting for their lives again. That was a great play, though, by Jay Coleman to get in the backfield, immediately dropping for a 4-yard loss. They go with another delayed halfback run, but what a hit by Stephen Lowe. 3rd and 11, our guys are playing past the whole entire way here. Can we get a little bit of pressure on that quarterback, though? They end up going with a halfback screen. We got guys upon guys over there, and Quentin Nash sees a big loss, and our guys are ready to go. Mike Hemphill hasn't really made an impact so far in this game on defense. He's tried to chase down a couple of tackles, but we need him to be big on special teams now. Hemphill's going to feel one deep in his own territory, trying to stretch it a little bit, goes for a spin move, does break that tackle, but quickly gets taken down after 6 yards. Thornton has to find a way to answer back here. Sees a little bit of pressure. Thornton again. He's been running a lot today, not because he has to, but because he sort of chooses to. Thornton back in shotgun again. We don't have to be in chucking mode. We just got to be smart with the football. And Barr gets a nice reception for 7 to get us that first down. Barr's been great in the pass game. We just got to get this man some blocks so he can be great in the run game too. Speaking of Barr, finds a run, which gives him a hard shoulder. Thornton is shotgun. Likes the matchup he sees over there with RJ Riley. Riley does get that first down, and it's 16 yards. First half is winding down. We got an opportunity here. We need to put points on the board. Thornton's passing game has obviously been a little suspect. He's got a guy deep. He's going to test him. He throws an absolute lame duck, nowhere near where his receiver was needing the ball to be. Thornton may not be in the second half yet again. If Thornton leads this guy, that is a pretty good opportunity to get a reception, but he doesn't, and instead, another turnover inside the red zone. Michigan has the ball back, and we are sitting here at 6 points. Pass across the middle. Hemphill brings him down. That's going to be short of the first down. So Michigan decides to take their lead going into halftime. They do get the ball back, which makes, honestly, things a little bit worse. But it won't be any better for us if we don't have a quarterback that can throw the ball to our team, not the other team. We've really only stopped Michigan once so far today. We've got to make sure we do that right here to set the tone here in the second half that we are the team that came to play, not them. We do get a solid little stop there again, setting the edge, making sure that run can't quite get away the way they want it to. Their quarterback gets hit as he throws. What a hit by Bobby Edwards. 3rd and 9. Michigan is 2 for 3 on third downs. Again, they've been honestly stupendous so far in those. Trying to lock up. Watching the short stuff. They throw. And luckily, it's too far. We're going to be getting the ball right back. I mean, Michigan is deep. They're inside their own 15. Hemphill, again, if you get a 10, 15-yard return, great. Anything more than that, unbelievable. This ball's going to be kicked to the other side of about the 43. Hemphill looking to return it, trying to get out to the edge. Again, not quite the blocking he wants, but a 7-yard return is better than nothing. As you probably could have predicted, Kendrick is in at quarterback. Thornton is just shoots himself in the foot time and time again. And it's just too frustrating for Coach Mervin McMervin. Kendrick in shotgun here is going to move Gold over. Gets him with the play action. Immediately feels the pressure, but he's got the room. And look, Kendrick's going to turn up a little bit. He might run just as much as Thornton, but as long as he doesn't turn the ball over, we don't care. It's wild to think that we're in the third quarter. We still have not gotten into the end zone. Whether it's offensively or defensively, it's just crazy that our team has not found a way to get in there. Second down, 6 yards to go. Kendrick, again, takes his time. Sees his guy, and it's a great block. We wanted to throw the quick pass, but they might have intercepted it if we did. Call us crazy if you heard this one before, but a halfback screen. Might be running one again. Stewart this time in instead of our guy, Jason Barr. They're watching the screen pretty heavily, but Stewart is going to almost get there, but they say he's short. The field goal, the go for it, we got to figure it out. As much as Coach Mervin McMervin wants to go for it, but you're going to opt for the points here. We have one of the best kickers in the nation. We're going to kick it. We're going to take those points. We cut the lead to 5, but we need our defense to come up big. First down, Michigan with the rock. We're just trying to get a stop. But look at Jake Coleman get in the backfield. Quentin Nash may have actually gotten hurt in that play. We saw him come out. He hobbled off the field a little bit. They have their backup running backs in. Will this change their game plan at all? Apparently, Douglas is going to run more, and he fumbles, but it's picked up by Miller. We could have had the ball back in our own territory if we got that. That was a fantastic hit from Jake Coleman, but again, it's all for naught at this point. They go with a run at the edge. We have apparently literally no one on that side. Looks like holding by Miller on the edge, but they're not going to call that, unfortunately. Michigan feeling way better now. Their running back is a little bit gassed at the moment. Could be susceptible to possibly fumbling if they give him the ball. They go right back to him, though, and this dude's going to stiff arm our guys all over the place. Roberts picks up 7. Our team has to force the turnover, and honestly, that fumble was probably our one chance, but it looks like it's not going to go our way as we are leaving guys open. The tight end is killing us right now. We have no one that can cover him. Douglas is 9 for 12 for 91 yards. It has not been a great passing game for him, but he's just been efficient. Finding first downs, finding open receivers, and not risking the football too much as DeMel Hill is our only line of defense in front. Miller is going to be all the way down at the 2-yard line for 12 yards. Michigan continually finding ways to just get this ball down the field. Going to bring a guy over to the right side of the zone this time. They throw one, and luckily it went to a fan. Trying to watch the middle here, 2nd and goal. They hand us one. We get Tim Wade in the backfield, but it's not enough. Robert shrugs that one off. He gets into the end zone of the fullback and sends this lead for Michigan. This has been an extremely tough game for this squad. Our starting quarterback has looked terrible. Our backup quarterback is coming in here trying to give us some sort of hope. And look at Jared Gold, the often forgotten tight end, picks up a 34-yard gain and keep the offensive hopes alive. The good news here is that honestly a touchdown is pretty solid. We'll be just okay if we can get a touchdown at this point. Kendrick again flexing his legs. He did have Jeremy Willis down the field, but instead he decides to get out of bounds and get a 22-yard run. Kendrick has honestly been great. He hasn't really pushed the envelope too much. He is more of a game manager than we're going to find in Thornton, but he is more risk adverse. Kendrick's going to keep this one here. Got an opportunity. Pitches one out to R.J. Riley. R.J. Riley extends the play, and he's down at the 10-yard line after 17. Marcus McKinley from Michigan has been everywhere. He has 7 tackles on the afternoon so far with plenty of time left. Gold slides over. Stewart again in the game now. Stewart sees the lane. Stewart cuts up the middle. Stewart is trying to get in there, and they say he's down at the 1-yard line. One of the most famous plays in Cascade Valley history lining up right now. Kendrick under center in the I formation is going to toss it over here. Jason Barr's in the end zone, and ladies and gentlemen, you love to see that. Barr's in the end zone for the first rushing touchdown we've had in what feels like a minute. Now we answered back. We've got a 5-point deficit. All we got to do now is just take care of business on defense. Lock them up. Kendrick and company can lead us on the field, and we'll be just fine. Easier said than done, though. Douglas back under center. Not going to be a run. He goes for a pass, and Stephen Lowe might have decapitated that man, but he still held on to it. No hate to that dude whatsoever. Paul Miller might be an absolute dog because I don't know how he got hit that hard immediately after catching it and somehow, some way, held on to the rock for 3. Get back in the center. They slide the tight end in the right-hand side. Watching underneath. Douglas is moving. Our guys are literally just allergic to tackling their quarterback. It is unbelievable how just much awareness they lack. Michigan with the heaviest offensive line formation I think I've seen in a long time, and they again pick up 9. 2nd and short, under a minute now left in the 3rd. It's crucial to get a stop here. The quarterback throws it down, and Bernard Harvey's going to pick that one off. Harvey's got a chance to turn this one up. Harvey's going to get a couple of yards after that one. The interception makes things difficult for Michigan. Put some respect on Bernard Harvey's name. This dude has just been incredible all season long. He wasn't the household name that a lot of people were always been looking for in both Fowler and Hemphill, but good Lord, has that man been great. And look at Joe Kendrick pick up 5 yards when he should have been none. 2nd and 5 back in for Barr, this time on offense. Barr looking to get some separation here. Barr gets a great block. Barr's gonna go to the edge, and look at Jason Barr get into the end zone with another touchdown. Had a rushing one of the last one, gets a receiving one here. You should have gave this man the Heisman because he's angry now. Now, with the score being the way it is, going for an extra point doesn't really make a lot of sense, so we have to go for 2 here. See if we can get something to work. Well, this is going to be sort of our late guy. Got a couple of guys coming over here as well. Kendrick scrambles out to the left-hand side. Kendrick has an opportunity. Kendrick cuts it back, breaks his man's ankles, and Joe Kendrick extends his lead to 3. What an unbelievable run. Had a couple of guys he could have went to, saw the left end sort of spin out of that one, sees a guy in front of him, breaks his ankles, and he's in the end zone to give us a 3-point lead. With 4 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter, I'm shocked at the fact that we've reclaimed the lead. But can our defense get an opportunity here to stop them again? After getting a turnover last drive, what can they do here? Apparently they're allergic to tackling this dude, but what a hit this time from Bass. This has been a wild game, but this team needs to absolutely come through and just make some plays happen. Douglas back in shotgun, immediately hands off. These halfback draws have been killing our defense. We're a little too overzealous. Michigan again, trips right this time. They go with a wide receiver sweep. This time DeMel Hill says, you ain't going nowhere, Paul Miller. This man's been hit hard all game and still gets up. Interesting spot here. They go back to the run. Mike Hemphill, though, comes up with a huge hit after 1. 3rd and 11. Teams playing the pass the whole way. Gotta know that we need to stop here. Bass goes out to the edge. Coleman's going to patrol the middle a little bit. Douglas is going to end up taking off. That's not going to be good enough, though. 4th and 6. What was he thinking on that? I don't know if the Cowboys offensive coordinator just made his way over here to Michigan, but that was a Dak Prescott QB draw that was not going to work on that one for them. Michigan back to punt this one. Grabsky, who was the best punter in the nation, is going to kick this one deep. Hemphill's got it, looking to get some yards here. Can't quite get what he needs, and he doesn't really get more than 1. The most important drive of the game. Can we take a ton of time off the clock and get a touchdown? If we do that, I think we can absolutely walk out of here with a W. But that's a tall task against one of the best defenses in the nation. Jason Barr, though, looking to do just that. He tries to stay in bounds, so they bump him out after 9. If you were to tell me that in the 4th quarter with 6 minutes left, that Jason Barr would have 33 rushing yards and we'd have a 3-point lead, I'd call you crazy. But here we are. Barr again finding some room. Nice spin move up the middle. He picks up 7. Barr has obviously been incredible in the receiving game, but in the ground game, he's been terrible. But Sean Stewart has obviously picked up a lot. And Sean Stewart might have one of the best runs of his young career here. Shakes off the Michigan tackler. Sean Stewart's going to go into the end zone with an unbelievable touchdown run that might have just sent us to the national title game. Unreal run by Mr. Stewart. 5.5 minutes left, and we have now amounted a 10-point lead. Big-time players make big-time plays. We talk about it all the time, but no play has been bigger this game than what Sean Stewart just did on that drive. Stewart has consistently been second fiddle. He has been a guy that a lot of people, especially you in the comments, have wanted to start for a long time, but he has just found ways to creatively get big yards when this team needs them the most. And what a hit by the true freshman DeMel Hill. Big-time 3rd and 3 here. If we can somehow get this ball back without them getting a first down, you better believe we're going to be chewing the clock as much as possible. They go the halfback draw, and they trip over their own guy. Sam Diggs falls down, and Bass is just keep on feeding him because we're loving it. Michigan is forced to punt yet again. 4 minutes, 43 seconds left. They're kicking it to Mike Hemphill, and I'm just floored by what's happening in this game. Hemphill showing some speed here. Hemphill's cutting back. Hemphill's got some moves, and Hemphill gets 23 big yards to put this team in prime position again. We're chewing the clock, baby. 4.5 minutes left. Michigan has all their timeouts. They are down 10 points. This is one of the biggest drives of the game. We score here, even a field goal, they're in absolute shambles, and Barr fights for some more yards to get 6. The senior Jason Barr came in before the game and said this is not going to be his last game. It was one of the biggest speeches we've ever had in Cascade Valley history. And while he maybe hasn't been the hero that he thought he might have been in the running game, Sean Stewart has absolutely lifted us there, where Barr has been great in the receiving game. And look, these two guys, no matter what happens in the rest of this game, will go down as one of the best duos we've ever had in the running game. Maybe even better than what we've seen from when Derwin was out there with Jason Barr. And more importantly, Kendrick just went down, and Michigan is going to be getting the ball back. This might be the first time we've actually shown a punt in this game, or in this dynasty, possibly. We're going to line up and try to kick one over in the coffin, a little bit in the corner. This one's going to be great, I think. This one should be inside the 15, if nothing else. We needed a fantastic punt, and we absolutely got one. We're going to be inside the 10 now. Michigan has the ball, 2.5 minutes left. They need 10 points to just tie this game up. Our biggest thing is watching the quarterback, and he slides down as we barely graze him. We're playing the pass the entire way. Stephen Lowe's charged with watching the QB just a little bit as he's patrolling the middle as well. They see him running, and again, he slides. Look, he's not going to be able to win the game doing this. We'll take it. Michigan coming into this is 3 for 7 on third down conversions, but it's obviously 4 down territory for them. They go for a little out route. Harvey and company are there, and we end up stopping him as Hemphill cleans that one up. Michigan obviously going forward. This is potentially the final play they'll have. They have to convert this one or else the game is over. Little play action fake. We're watching the underneath route. They throw one deep. DeMel Hill gets torched, and Mike Walker picks up one of the biggest gains of the game for Michigan. Michigan hurries to the line. Now they know they don't have a lot of time right now. They have all their timeouts still. They're trying to make some big plays happen. We're watching their guys. They go to the sideline, and Smith gets another 13-yard gain. We were moments away from walking out of here as solidify going the national title again. And Michigan's still fighting. Very tough game for them still. They got a couple of guys open. They end up going to Diggs. Diggs stays in bounds, picks up major yards, doesn't go out of bounds, which may be a costly mistake. They use their first time out here. A minute left, and all of a sudden things aren't really fun anymore. Trying our best to lock up. Trying to get some guys to play, and Matthew Fowler blows his assignment. Michigan is going to score the touchdown. And if the extra point goes in, it's a 3-point game. I just want to point out, Michigan misses the extra point here. They are in literal shambles at this moment. So Michigan misses the extra point. Not only do they need to score, they need a touchdown if they do recover this one. Look at Jeremy Willis, who's had some fumbling issues or some drop pass issues, but he's not going to drop that one. With only 2 timeouts left, Michigan's going to catch a giant L here. It's officially a monumental victory. We have won the first round of college football playoffs, and we are heading to the national title. This play right here, Sean Stewart. Put some respect in that young man's name, because if he's coming back next season, that man might win the Heisman himself. Recapping the stats, Kendrick goes 3 for 4 in the past game with 1 touchdown. We see Thornton 8 for 12 with 100 yards and 2 interceptions. Again, just this long string of interceptions and turnovers for Cedric Thornton, a guy with a lot of promise, but a lot of turnovers at the same time. Barr goes for 74 yards and 1 touchdown. Thornton has 74 as well. Kendrick goes in for 40. We see Stewart go for 93 yards and 1 touchdown, including that 63-yard run, which literally changed the game for us. On the receiving side is Barr 5 for 75 with 1 touchdown. Stewart and everyone else doesn't really have more than 2 or 1 grab, but you know what? I'll take it if we get the win like that. On the defensive side, we have a lot of guys to be happy about, but Jake Coleman, 9 tackles, 8 of those being solo. Stephen Lowe, 9 tackles, 8 of those being solo. Chris Bass, 8 solo tackles. DeMel Hill with some hard hits and big plays. Yes, he got burned in coverage, but still, he's a true freshman. We'll be okay with that. From a sack perspective, we didn't get a single sack today, which is wild to think about, but interceptions, we had Bernard Harvey. If he does not get that pick, I don't think we walk out of here with a W today. Big play after big play. This team is resilient. They are fighting. The national championship is on the horizon. Who are we going to fight? I have literally no idea, but do I care? Absolutely not. Be safe, be smart, tell somebody you love them. Catch you guys in the next one.